Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday webcast. Today is October 12th, 2016. This is Tracy, your Cal State S4 support queen. And I'm going to today go over a couple of different ways that you can encourage and get the maximum number of placements for this term. In an ideal world, we would, be at 100%, but I know that that's hard for a variety of reasons. So here are a couple of tips, ways that you can, now that we're at census, get some students to get their placement into your Cal State, your version of Cal State S4. So I'm sharing my screen with you. Right now we're looking at and have landed on the Reports tab that is available to all of you in Cal State S4. Now when you hit the Reports tab, it takes you first to the Courses tab within the Reports tab. We've divided up and have a lot of different kind of reports. Probably the easiest thing that you can do in order to get students to sign up is actually directly send an email to all students in the current term in your program that have not yet placed. So the way you would do that, which is pretty straightforward, is first you would go to your placements tab here in the reporting section. Now keep in mind as well as I go around here, when you have a lot of data and it takes a little bit of time for these reports to load. Just be aware of that. That's just the way it is as we continue to grow in terms of our amount of data. But you'll see here that there's a placed students report and there's an unplaced students report. We'll go to the unplaced students report. And what you'll see is basically a list for the current term, and then you'll also want to include your program, let's say, for example, service learning. And then you can search and you can show all items, that's fine to do as well, for all unplaced students in the program service learning for fall of anyone in a course in the term fall of 2016. Then you get a list of students, and you can see over on the right, they're not placed. This includes all courses and all students. Now, one thing we do not have set up is that you can filter this so that you can only email unplaced students in a particular course. However, we may add that filter, so that's something that kind of we talked about and makes sense, so you might see that pop up. In the meantime, however, you have a list of all unplaced students. Now you can send an email, you'll see their email is captured, you can send an email to all of them, or you can select some of them. For demonstration purposes, I am going to only send the email to Sally's student here, simply because I have access to that particular email account. So you can do this in two different ways. I've clicked Sally's student, and then down on the bottom you'll see that there is the button to send email. I click send email, and it will ask you a series of questions. For example, who's this being sent by? You can change that, the sender's email, so you might want to change that to a campus specific one. Field used for the recipient's name, you can use the first name of the student. Field used for the email, you'll want to select email, and then the subject, you haven't registered your service learning placement yet. Register now. So you will add the information that you want to add that would be in the email content. Be aware there is some formatting you can do. If you do filtered HTML, you can maybe add, bold and things like that. But, this is going to be the email that they get sent. Register now. Thanks. You might want to include a, go to app.calstatess4.com/training. Make that a link. So you can do this kind of thing. If you're not familiar with or comfortable with how to do this, you are welcome to calstatess4.com training. You're welcome to, ask for help from us. We would be happy to help. Okay, go down to the bottom. Don't bother changing any of these. Just hit next. And then it'll kind of show you a preview of what you're going to be sending. It does not exactly show you who it's getting sent to, although in this case it's to, we see me, because I only selected one. And then you hit send. And and then it'll process. For some reason it says sending 2 of 2, but it was actually only 1, so don't worry too much about that. The only problem with sending emails directly through the system is that you have no confirmation here of whether the emails got sent or not. So that's the downside to sending it through the system. We can check for you if you do a bulk send and tell you if they sent or not. Also, the other thing that I do is I have with my test student account, if there's a test student that is unplaced, I put in my own email so that then I can switch over and see if the email was actually sent. So as a matter of fact, if I now open up, I think if I switch over, I think I can switch over and check my email account. I should be able to see that I sent that email. And then what do you know? Here it is right here. Oh, look, you haven't registered for your service lane placement yet. Register now. So now I can confirm that it was sent to me. So that's another way that you can make sure that the emails were sent if you're using the system. The other option, back I go, instead of sending through the system is to download the file as a CSV, which is essentially this is a spreadsheet, so it would open up in Excel just fine. So once you download the entire report as a CSV, wait patiently, wait for it, and it will be downloaded in however your computer downloads. Mine pops down on the bottom left-hand side of the screen, which is very handy for me. So then I just open that, and you can see that you now have a report you just ran, and you can capture all of the emails of the unplaced students. You can copy and paste them, and then you can send an email from your own browser or account. So that's the other way that you can do it and then feel more confident that it's come from you and not from the system. So that's a pretty straightforward way for you to, I'm not saving this, for you to send an email to all students who are unplaced. Then, you can always go back in and you want to look and see, you can look at your placed students report, or better yet, I really like using in your reports tab, the course summary report, because you can see by course, you can see what percentage of placement is happening, and you might even want to tackle contacting specific faculty. Notice here from even the course summary report, you can also send an email to an individual faculty member. So if you wanted to send one here or to all of them, and you want to say, hey, everybody who's teaching a service learning course, or whatever, you'd want to say only service learning. Or if you wanted to even send to a particular subset, hey, biology, you could say course title is biology education service learning, and you can search, and you just want to send an email just to that faculty through the system, you send it here and send email. And keep in mind, this does not send to all of the students in the class. This sends to the faculty who's identified in this list. If you wanted to send to all students in a particular course, you can do a course enrollment report, and you could limit the course by the title, and you could send to all students in a particular course. On the bottom, you'll see you can send the email, or you can do the CSV option. So there are a lot of different options for how you can get emails of whether students are placed or unplaced. You can get emails of faculty, and you can send them a reminder email. Super great way to get folks to sign up, so that by the end of your term or by the middle of your term, wouldn't it be great if when you look down at your course summary report and you see the percentage of students that are placed, it is greater than 8%. It is up there in the 90s. So that's what we're hoping to achieve. I hope this was helpful. We will be resuming Wednesday webcasts from now on for a while, now that we have mostly reached census. Sorry a few of you who are still on quarter, I know you're not on census yet. As always, if you have any questions, Tracy and Brian are here to continue to plug and move forward. Next week, we'll probably just do sort of a general kind of state of S4, where we are, how we're moving forward. We also want to talk about how we can start to mine this good data that every campus is starting to collect. So take care, and I will talk to you next week. How about, huh? Okay, bye.